ladies and gentlemen, choreographer extraordinaire, Tina Landon.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, Tina?
Oh my goodness, how are you guys?
We're so good that we're sorry that the show started late, but here you are. We're so thankful that you're here.
Thank you.
Well, that's absolutely okay. You gave me time to get the cactus needles out of my arm and hands.
It sounds like you're doing a bunch of stuff around the house lately, huh?
I do. It's the way I get through, like, each project. I kind of need to unwind and detox and get my head out of that whole thing, and it's just the perfect thing is gardening for me, if it's that, or a glass of wine and a bath, but I chose gardening today.
I'm going to keep for some wine, baby.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to tell the listeners really quick how we met a couple weeks ago.
At my favorite location?
At mine too, thank you. Tina and I was shopping at Target.
Yes.
I noticed this cute little lady pushing her cart, and I'm thinking, holy shit, that's Tina. And that's Tina Landon. And I'm a big fan, and my boyfriend's a big fan. And so, I always hate running into people at stores because I'm always like, oh shit, ditch the douche. Like, I have to make sure that there's nothing in my basket that I didn't want you to see. So, I don't usually go up to people, but we had a nice little chat, took a picture. You're so sweet, and it's always fun running into people at Target.
Oh, yeah, I love it. I love when I walk out of the house and don't brush my hair or wash my face and go, oh, God. Yes, I'm Tina. So I actually did wash my face that day, so I'm okay.
You looked beautiful. But it's always those times that you do run into people, though?
Always, every single time. And it got to a point where I think it was my assistant Jason was like, why do you worry about it? I mean, you meet everybody like this. Because every time I go, oh, God, I wish I had makeup. Oh, gosh, they want to take a picture and look at me. And he just laughs at me like, well, you do this every time, so what's the problem?
And then when you're all hooked up and looking cute, no one wants to take your picture.
Yeah, I'm posed. I'm like, where are the cameras? and nothing.
Oh, my God. Okay, so in the beginning of our show, we were talking about the VMAs a little bit. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I mean, how does it feel to be part of something so iconic?
It was really cool and really surreal, actually, because, you still, for me, and I'm sure there's tons of fans out there who still can't believe that Michael's gone. Like, it just hasn't really sunk in. Like, it sunk in probably the day after it happened, but then it's still, like, if anyone's ever lost anyone, I felt kind of like this way with my mom, like, it just doesn't feel like he's gone, and maybe because his music is still around, and maybe because I'd like to think he's in a better place now that it makes my heart okay, but so it was weird. It was like, it was actually very fun and uplifting, and it wasn't sad ever. Well, maybe once in rehearsal, but...
Yeah, and you got to work, I mean, you were side by side with some of the world's most famous choreographers, but I think you were the most famous, but anyway.
I'm sure some would beg to differ.
Not these two homos right here. And of course, we'd be killed if we didn't mention that you shared the stage with Janet for the first time in a long time.
In 11 years.
Oh, wow. Amazing. How was it?
It was, again, very surreal. It just felt like we'd been on a really long break from tour and we were back on stage. It was like we hadn't missed a beat, really.
I love that. And we'd be killed if we didn't ask our number one emailed question, are there any plans to work with her again?
I knew you were going to say that. As of now, no. But the conversation just never came up. You know what I mean? So it's not like I can't say no, we never will, but you just never know.
Yeah. Well, we're just excited that we're excited to see everything you do, but let's take it back a little bit and tell us how you got your start in the dance business.
Well, I kind of just did the studio thing. I've been dancing since the age of 3. My mom put me and my brother and sister in dance, And that was always a lifelong dream of hers, but she came from a family of 8 brothers and sisters, so they couldn't afford it. So she kind of stuck us kids in. And from there, I mean, I've kind of never stopped dancing, and I kind of did the whole, I danced at a studio forever, and then, a friend of mine was auditioning. I said, hey, that sounds like fun, I'll go. It's kind of how my whole career's been. Like, hey, that sounds like fun, I'll try it. And I've just been really blessed. I mean, I've done the work, I've done the homework. I've been, like I said, I've been dancing since 3, so I was prepared in that manner, and it just, as one door started opening, it just, it went from being on a high school dance team to auditioning for Laker Girls to meeting Paula, and then next thing I know, I'm in a Janet video, and I'm auditioning for Michael, and I'm in Smooth Criminal, and it just, all of a sudden, and that's really kind of how it is, I think, in this business period. It just takes one door to open, and if you're prepared, then you should be able to make it work for a while.
Yeah, and I mean, you've worked with some of the greats. I mean, working with Michael Jackson must have been, I mean, I can only imagine, a dream come true, right?
Well, yes, and again, one of those things, I mean, I grew up in Lancaster, California, and if anyone knows where that is, I mean, there's nothing. So, so for me to get any job was amazing, and really, Michael's was my first professional job, of that caliber, and, and I was the lone little girl from Lancaster. I mean, I had moved out here. I'd been out here just about, I don't know, between 6 months to a year, had a roommate, did that whole thing, and I just kind of showed up. I wasn't union. I didn't even know what that meant, and they had a union call, a non-union call. There's like 800 people there, and to me it was, I was treated as just another competition, never thinking that I would get it. And then when Vince Patterson called me 2 days after, I just nearly wet myself. It was incredible.
You are so amazing. I love hearing from you. So from there, you start booking jobs with very famous artists, and you start really creating a look for them. Katie P. would like to know, was there a time when you felt like you had made it?
I'm still waiting for that time. No, I'm kidding. When, I'll tell you, when it finally kind of kicked in, because I never want to feel like I've made it, and I think that comes from a dancer's mentality, because you're always striving for the next job, the next gig, the next thing. And I think for me, I'd been working with Janet for so long, and in between Janet tours, I'd work for Prince or for whoever else, but those two really kind of kept me busy for a while. And really, as much as I loved working with Janet and all of that was great, it was kind of like everyone always, it was like when I had my older sister, I was always the little sister. So I was always Janet's choreographer, so it was, our names were always attached. And one time I was sitting in the airport, and I had these 2 little girls looking at me, and they came over and they said, are you Tina Landon? And I said, yes. They go, oh my God, are you the one that just did Jay-Z's Diamonds video? And that was the time I went, oh my gosh, they know me for me and not from Janet, which was never a bad thing, but all of a sudden I felt a little independent and felt like my name was starting to get out there in a different way.
Totally. Last night I was talking to Marky, and I said I almost don't want to bring up Janet in the interview, and I said, because I wonder if Tina's ever done an interview where Janet's not brought up. And he
never.
And I know. The reason that we did is because we know that some of your fans would be upset if we didn't. And
and it's totally fine. I mean, I give her full responsibility for getting me out there and giving me all the notoriety that she did. I mean, she was very generous with, not exploiting me, but exposing me, and really kind of taking me under her wing and showing me. And so I have, I would be very shocked if Janet's name didn't come up, and so I'm not a...
Don't touch me, it's too much for me to taste your lips, damn your fingertips, and damn what they do. Don't touch me, it's too much for me, I can't take it, got me breaking down.